From the Cyberhub bunker and studio, you're tuning in to the Cyberhub podcast. And now for your host and CISO, James Azar.
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Cyberhub podcast, a special episode, one that I did last year. People have been asking me, when are you doing another one? And I said, right before Hacker Summer Camp, because why not? So last year in 2023, I did a very special episode highlighting 5 startups that I was watching in 2023. And so that list went viral, so forth. And I started doing the same towards the beginning of this year. So I spent the first about 6 months of this year meeting with a whole bunch of different organizations, a whole bunch of different companies, them not knowing that I was actually looking at them for part of this list, really just inquiring minds want to know type of approach. So I want to preface by saying that none of the companies that you will hear about today paid to be part of this segment. No one sponsored it. No one was offered a sponsorship. This is kind of my anti list of, kind of giving people that. So these companies to me are at the forefront of innovation. Here's a few rules of this. This is 100% independent. It's my personal opinion, not anyone else's. I did speak to a lot of peers about these companies. I did get a lot of feedback, and that's why. So I judged them on 4 different criteria: innovation, solution adaptability, and scalability, chances of their success, and their leadership team. All to me matter when you're looking at partnering with a young company early on in its journey to bring a security solution. So some of these companies don't know they're on this list until I tag them, and this airs the Friday before Hacker Summer Camp. So without further ado, I made this list. It's in no specific order. I met with 30 companies. Like I said, no one sponsored this list. So just we'll keep that very crystal clear here, because over the next 5 to 6 minutes, I'm going to be speaking about these companies. I just want to make that understand. This episode was sponsored by no one but yours truly. And if you do like my work, you can go to my Substack, subscribe, jamesazar.substack.com. I'll have a more thorough write-up there that'll be available only to our subscribers on Substack. So you can go and check it out there. Subscribe, jamesazar.substack.com. Obviously, we appreciate it. So again, the list is in no specific order. It doesn't mean one's 1 and 5 is 5. It means that's the order. I pulled it off. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and get this going on. First up for me is a company by the name of Mimic. If you haven't heard of Mimic, it's because they're fairly new, but they're the last line of defense against ransomware. Love what they're doing. They're focused solely on ransomware. They're focused solely on the idea of doing this at the enterprise level again. So they kind of know their market. They know who they're really trying to speak to. Mimic's unique approach focuses on early detection and prevention. They're providing organization with tools they need to stop attacks before they can cause significant damage. So meaning as ransomware starts to deploy, they're able to put a stop to it. The team behind it is unbelievable. We'll talk about them here in just a minute. Mimic is setting a new standard. Here, this technology is going to give businesses the confidence to operate without the fear of being crippled through ransomware, which is a major problem. Here's what I loved about Mimic. 1, it's cutting edge. It's addressing the main challenges for businesses on the enterprise level, ransomware. Also, the leadership team is practitioners. These are people who were in the trenches, fought these fights, understand these challenges. Derek Smith and obviously the legendary Bob Blakely are both leading this company, and I think they're leading it to a great solution that hopefully will be able to help many organizations limit the impact of ransomware. And in my opinion, Mimic is poised for success. So that's the first company. We'll move to the next one. And I love Lasso. I love Lasso for a whole slew of reasons. And let me tell you why. 1, they're addressing the industry buzzword, generative AI and LLM. So they're integrating into business operations. That's the whole point of what Lasso is doing. So Lasso is saying, don't block Gen AI from practitioners. What they're essentially telling everyone is, we'll give you a more comprehensive protection. We'll help you train models, but we'll essentially hide specific data. We'll make sure that there's no data leaks, there's no malicious code injections, will help you deal with LLM threats. Lasso solutions are designed to safeguard sensitive data, and they're helping you ensure you're compliant and not telling you got to block generative AI from your organization, and then people have got to go look for a separate solution. I love it. Here's what I love about them. It's helping practitioners say yes to your engineering team when it comes to AI. It's helping you say yes to using data while putting these safeguards in place. Meaning you can train a model, you can be a business enabler rather than a business blocker per se. Um, they're 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 really easy to implement. It's pretty straightforward. It's led by Elad Schulman. If you don't know Elad's led multiple organizations. The team, front to center, is unbelievable. And this isn't his first rodeo, even though his branding might make you think it is. It's not his first rodeo. He wears a hat. With it's great. He's got great branding. It's a great product. All in all, check out Lasso Security. You're absolutely gonna love it. Let's move on to the third company on our list here, Layer X. So Layer X is a company that's transforming enterprise approach to browser security. Well, everyone keeps trying to give us like browsers, implement my browser, implement my browser. Well, how many of you dread doing that? I know I do. Like every time I've spoken to someone about implementing browser, like a new browser, I just go, that's not going to happen. Some of my guys use Chrome, they use Firefox, they use all these different tools. It's not going to happen. So how do I defend and help mitigate the risks through my browser? And Layer X is essentially that solution. They don't care. They sit on every single browser. They help you set policies, gain visibility. They help you limit risks like phishing, data leak, and malicious extensions. They help you get real-time monitoring and threat management. They do it all without impacting any user experience, which means that less resistance, less open tickets means happier people. Here's what I love about it. Browser security, big kind of deal, especially in a world of, Chromebooks and so much more, where you're trying to really enhance security beyond the endpoint, where browsers become a major threat vector. So wonderful that they're there. Um, LayerX makes it easy, simple to secure. It's led by a really young and ambitious team, and I like the team, and so I truly believe they can pull this one off, and they're making some headway in the marketplace. So good for them. Now we're going to move to the next two companies, and you're going to love this. So Migo, if you haven't heard of Migo, because Migo's really young, like they literally kind of just released a few months ago. I've been kind of learning Migo's approach to application detection and response, and I loved it. One, young leadership team. I love these guys. Great engineering team. Got to spend some time with them from their previous roles to this one. They're really bringing in a new category and a much needed one. They're helping you get visibility into your applications, and rather than getting that visibility once something happens, they're actually proactively getting you insights into what's happening in your applications and all your different third-party connections and so forth. They're doing this across a multitude of platforms, and as businesses continue to rely on heavy applications, Migo is there to help you kind of gain that visibility into your applications, and that's significant. Here's what I loved about them. Applications remain a blind spot for so many practitioners. Everyone I spoke to about this said, yeah, I worry about it. Keeps me awake at night. Definitely something to look at. A young leadership team, chip on their shoulder. They're wanting to make a name for themselves. And I think they've got a home run hit here to do just that. So good luck to the folks over at Migo. And finally, Ox Security. If you haven't seen or heard of Ox, you've been living maybe under a rock. I won't say that, but Ox has been doing an unbelievable job. So one, it's a company that's revolutionizing software supply chain. Ox provides end-to-end solution that integrates seamlessly into the DevSecOps workflow, offering real-time visibility, automated threat remediation, all without interrupting the development process. It allows companies to really secure products faster and more efficiently. Here's what I love about him. One, it's led by former Checkpoint extraordinaire, Nitzan Ziv. And if you don't know Nitzan is one of the smartest people. Checkpoint really lost a brilliant mind when Nitzan went and launched Ox. He's brilliant. The team behind there is absolutely amazing. Every CISO I've spoken to that's using Ox raves about the visibility. I got demos not from Ox alone. I got demos from Ox customers who were like, look at how much visibility I get on my platform. And that to me was just everything I needed to see in order to understand that these guys understood how the blind spots for practitioners. They understood how to go about addressing it, and they've built a product that's really mature, even though they're fairly young in their journey, to help practitioners really keep their eyes on the ball. And they've got some great investors behind them. You know, I love Entourage, and there's a Turtle always tells Vince, you've got a monster. Nitsan, I think you've got a monster on your hands. Wish you continued good luck in this journey. To me, these companies are pushing the boundaries of what's possible in cybersecurity. They're looking at these complex challenges, these blind spots that we have today as practitioners, whether it's be protecting against ransomware, whether it's Gen AI and LLMs, whether it's safe browsing or application use or software supply chain. It all exists right here. But I met with 30 different companies, y'all, 30. And it was really hard for me to make a list of just 5. At the end of the day, I had my own scorecard and kind of my own way of ranking this. And it's my way. It doesn't mean it's right. But there are other companies that I think are really notable that I couldn't fit into these top 5s. Those companies to me are One Cloak, where I'm on their board of advisors. So for the sake of all transparency, just so you know, I've been involved with Cloak for quite some time. Love those guys. Love their data security product. I think it's a game changer. Vorlon Security. I think these guys are at the edge of becoming a unicorn. Really, once the market really understands what the problem they're solving. Ionix, another great company, met with their founders. Great product. And Centra Security. If you're a large enterprise organizations with petabytes worth of data, trying to manage that data, Centra does just that. And I think they're poised to really help enterprise CISOs of these large organizations with petabytes worth of data get a handle on that. And again, I'm keeping my eye on all of these companies, watching them as they help us as practitioners solve for our greater risks and enhance our resiliency. As you head into Hacker Summer Camp next week in beautiful, sunny, warm, hot, sweaty Las Vegas, wear comfortable shoes, but most importantly, if you see any one of these companies and you've watched the episode, please make sure to give them a shout out, check it out, and let me know what you think. If you meet with these companies and you think I'm off base, let me know in the comments. Let me know by reaching out directly to me, whether it be on LinkedIn, YouTube, or any one of our channels. Thank you so much for taking time to be part of this episode. Thank you for everyone who contributed and helped. The names are enormous with the amount of people that have helped us. I really appreciate it. So please make sure to subscribe. Until then, enjoy Hacker Summer Camp. Most importantly, stay cyber safe, and thanks for watching and listening.
We love feedback, so make sure to connect with us on social media and subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast listening platform.